This is the highlands of Ethiopia, and we're driving west. This land has great potential for the use of vetiver grass for soil and water conservation. Everything is very dry during the dry season. We are on our way to a farm at Anno where vetiver has been used most successfully for groundwater recharge and significantly increasing crop yields. Before proceeding, I would like to give you a little background about vetiver grass and its root system. Here you can see a one-year-old plant in Thailand which has a root depth of 3.3 meters. It's likely to grow down as far as 6 meters if soil permits. In this image we have a 2-year-old plant from China. Its roots are 2 meters deep and still growing. This is typical of vetiver grown on tropical soils. This is an interesting image of the cross-section through 2 vetiver hedgerows in Malaysia. You can see the black line just below the soil surface. This was the original organic layer, and with the advent of vetiver hedgerows, sediment has been washed down the slope and collected behind the hedgerow, creating natural terraces. Vetiver grass has the ability to climb up and grow up the terrace as sediment is deposited behind the hedge. And as you can see in this image, new shoots and roots develop higher up in the plant as the sediment is placed behind the hedgerow. Here you see a linear section through a vetiver hedgerow. It's a massive root structure and acts as a subsurface barrier and penetrates deep in the soil to allow water to get down into the groundwater. Here, as often is the case in Ethiopia, vetiver has come down to a hard pan, and then the roots go through the hard pan and allowing better infiltration. This is a unique characteristics of vetiver. There are 250 kilometers of vetiver hedgerow over this on this 500-hectare farm. These hedgerows are doing a fantastic job stopping erosion and conserving a large amount of runoff, which goes down into a gullied area below. I would like to introduce you to Atto Gidissa, the farm manager of Anno Farms. He is going to tell us how he planted vetiver, what the impact was, both on his farm crops and his on the water table. So what did you do?
First, when we took this land, it was completely abandoned, no trees, no shrubs, nothing was there. Then, after we take over, 2 years later, we brought this vetiver seedlings and the plant, as you have seen it such long distance. Then, 2 years later, after plantation, these small springs start to spark from different angles. Now you see it from different places, not only about 4 places.
What do your neighbors think of this?
Every year or every 2 years, we demonstrate field days for farmers and officials and researchers. So they have seen it. This is all you have seen, these seats. They sit here and we open discussion what must have to be done to save the natural resource of this country. How to upgrade the yield per hectare. How to fight against poverty and so on. So for the alleviation of poverty, the only remedy is just to have such plant, to use irrigation system, and to develop new ideas with a new innovation.
Are there any alternatives to vetiver? Can you think of a better way than vetiver grass?
Really, I have tried so many ways, like using animal dogs, using green manuring and others. But if it would be within the collaboration of vetiver grass, it will be more effective and high yield. Because if we use other alternates, the runoff never stop. If the fertility of the soil increased in one way or another, if there is heavy rain on the slopy areas like this land, it will be washed off and taken off and destroy the topsoil, no more yield. So doing other alternative is just coming back again and again, the something to repeat.
But this new flow of water is 100% associated with the vetiver hedge, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, well that's great. You've done a wonderful job. Thank you.
Thank you.
This flow of water, is it a constant flow like this throughout the year?
Yes, this is a dry time even.
Yeah.
Even at rainy season it is more and highly.
Yeah.
This is what it accumulates on the previous months.
Yeah.
This is a dry time now.
Yeah. And it's completely drinkable, I guess. Fresh, lovely, is it?
More than the mineral water we purchased an hour before.
I am sure, yes.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely certain of that. Here on the bank of this stream, just above the outflow, you can see the groundwater is actually running out on the bank.
As we are about to summarize the effect of the vetiver hedgerows on the groundwater, two small children come along to fill up their water jugs. This is the cleanest water in the area, and anybody in the community can use this water. In summary, the vetiver hedgerows have stopped erosion by nearly 100%, have reduced runoff by at least 70%, and the groundwater has been recharged. This is something we could do across Ethiopia and most of Africa if vetiver systems were systematically applied to the benefit of increased crop production and improved groundwater. It is easy. All that is needed is the will to do it.